Social media, censorship, and the debate over free speech continues to rage on as more users get blocked or content gets flagged. Jeff Brain is the CEO of a new social media platform called CloutHub, which, like Parler, also prides itself on being a place for free speech and welcomes all viewpoints. Jeff, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us from the West Coast.
Good morning, Jan. Thanks for having me.
So first, CloutHub is described as a next-generation social network for social, civic, and you guys say political networking. Now, some may say there's already plenty of websites that cater to that need. So what separates your platform from Twitter, Facebook, or even Parler?
Well, actually, Facebook and Twitter were never designed to be the center of political debate. Parler is more of an alternative to Twitter. CloutHub is a complete platform. We'll have tools like a civic hub where you can actually access government resources, whether that's at the federal, state, or local level. You can interact with your legislators. You can access election information. Social media has been used to transform business with LinkedIn, right? We can also relationships with Facebook. You can go back and find friends from 20 years ago, and commerce with Amazon. But it's not been used to transform the public process of how we interact on issues and then how we as people interact with our decision makers. And that's where CloutHub is going after. We're going to be in a place where people can come together and they have the tools to address the issues that impact their lives, their communities, and society.
And Jeff, you say social media platforms need to regain the trust of their users and that social media should not be a place for violence and hatred. And for that reason, I read that you have this groundbreaking tool that prevents the discussion of violence. How does that work?
Yes, absolutely. Well, this is the hardest part of having a social media platform is moderation and protecting your users. And so CloutHub allows free speech. You can talk on any issue you want and any side of issue, which is a big thing. That's very important. But we draw the line at violence and hate, and we do use artificial intelligence to identify certain terms that indicate potentially the context of a conversation might lead to violence. As well as hate. We're very straightforward in our terms and conditions. We publish words that are considered hateful. The N-word could not be put on our platform. What makes our technology revolutionary is it prevents that post from ever landing on our platform.
Got it. We've all witnessed the battle, as you know, between big tech and Parler. In fact, you believe CloutHub was censored by your video host company, IBM. So are you concerned other big tech companies may come for CloutHub?
Yes, of course. That is a concern, but what we have done has been proactive. We've reached out to AWS, to Apple, to Android, and others to make sure they understand our full scope of what we're about and what we're not.
And one of the reasons Parler was even taken off Amazon's web service was because they said the site violated its terms of service. Now, we know the rule of free speech only extends as far as the government not establishing any law prohibiting free speech. But as a company in a free enterprise system, don't they have the right to allow what and who they want, just like you guys do?
Yes, they do, but they have to treat everybody fairly, and really, Section 230, that's what the requirement is, right? You get under Section 230 an exclusion for liability, but it does require that you treat everybody equally. And I think that's a concern most people have, that maybe one political viewpoint is being censored while another viewpoint is allowed.
Yeah, and very quickly, why don't you and other people involved, like the Parlers of the world, why don't you guys just create your own back-end service, your own AWS?
Well, as we grow, we will do that. We already are moving towards our own technology and hosting, and that's very important that there be new companies that enter the market that are supportive of free speech and political discourse.
All right, Jeff Brain, CEO of CloutHub. We appreciate you joining us from the West Coast.
Thank you.